We are live.
Oh, hello.
I don't think there's anyone to watch us because I've not shared the link yet.
Nice.
I don't know how to share the link.
At the end, it might upload it to YouTube, and everybody will be able to see this 50 million years from now when dinosaurs roam the world again.
Which will be brilliant. Oh, I missed this one. What is going on?
What are you doing?
I don't know. Right, I'm trying to find me on here. Oh, there we go. Oh, I'm live and I'm backwards.
You're live and you're backwards.
Yeah. Cool. Right. Let's share it on the old YouTube.
Oh yeah, it says live now. Hazmat, check the chat. It's come up on your play.
Right. Okay.
Figured it out in the end. That was easy, wasn't it?
But let me just post this in the group.
Hey, Daddy, that was mommy.
No, I'm just looking.
And
That's okay. I'm just looking at them.
you're okay. Daddy, why have you got a lot? Okay.
Why have I got a lot of talking? Because that's what daddies do.
Hey, dinosaur. Hey, dinosaur.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Look at this one.
Hey, what are you wobbling?
What is that?
The trick to find the dinosaurs. The trick to find the dinosaurs.
Oh.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay, well, we're live. I don't know if anyone's watching.
Doesn't matter.
So,
We're watching.
yes, that's true.
Let's see if supposed to send a link to
We are
somebody.
the dinosaurs.
I think this qualifies as us being woefully underprepared.
Hello,
Yeah,
dinosaurs.
but
Hello.
it's the best way to do things, isn't it? Just go for
I'm
it.
Daddy Dinosaur. That means I am the grumpyest one. You can't go anywhere.
Well,
Hey,
I'll check out the chat.
Hang on.
can't just
Oh, that's our chat, is it? Not the YouTube chat. Oh,
Well, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna stream it and have a look at what we can see. We'll see ourselves in some parallel universe.
Oh,
okay.
so
There
are
I am,
you
all
wobbling?
blurry as
So
usual.
are you wobbling?
Two people are watching now. One of them's me.
Yeah, oh, maybe one of them's Nikolai. I can't figure out whether
You dinosaur.
I can't see the chat, so
It's at the right of the YouTube channel.
well, if I get that and mute it, maybe that'll help.
And I can do.
Okay.
I like this one.
Why,
I like that one.
why can I hear myself?
Hi.
It's probably because I had it on. And I just opened it. I don't know. I have no idea how any of this works.
It's the best. It's the best live stream ever.
I know, right? Who wouldn't want to tune in to watch us fumble about in the dark?
Fumble about in the dark. We're too old for this. New live chat.
I'm a spring chicken.
Yeah, we've got people talking to us.
Have we?
Ookie boo.
Oh wow! Hey guys!
Adam Rogers and Nicholas.
Hey!
There you go. It works. Technology works.
Welcome to the Hazmat Chit Chat.
Yeah.
Where we're talking about things. Oh, it moved away from me. Oh, yeah.
He's a monster. Not him.
Oh, I am. My webcam is not good enough to show this, but
No.
never mind.
Mine's terrible. Well, once I get fibre installed next month, it should be okay. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to figure something out. Been paying way too much for my internet the last couple of months. Well, last year probably.
Well, mine broke, so it was an easy bit. Compressor.
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure what they are, Nikolai.
Ben is on. Hello.
Hey. Okay, so we did have a list of things to talk about. I can't remember what they were.
I haven't got.
Yeah, I didn't write it down. Something about dinosaurs, possibly. Dinosaurs and Gorgasm Arena.
Yeah, go back to Marina. And anything to do with Wasteman. And if anybody wants to chat, put in the chat what you want us to talk about, or any questions, or anything. I'm sure we can waffle away through a few minutes at least.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to be doing the Patreon giveaway as well.
That's true.
At least that's the plan.
Live. Awesome. So what are you going to start with?
Let's talk about dinosaurs.
Let's talk about dinosaurs.
The dinosaur rules that I just finished.
So what do you think, what was the inspiration behind bringing dinosaurs into it? Other than the fact that obviously dinosaurs are cool. What's the sort of main thrust that made you think, wake up one morning and think, we've got figures, we've got vehicles, but what's missing? Dinosaurs.
Well, been attacked. So I wanted to try out some kind of proto behemoth rules
Right.
for making your own behemoth. And I figured dinosaurs would be a good way to do that. Plus, I've been watching a lot of Jurassic Park.
Okay.
And I figured, why there aren't enough. Yes, Nikolai, that's Tosca. There aren't enough dinosaurs in the game, so I added some.
Well, there you go. That's a good enough reason, isn't it? Really.
Well, I just really want to see people make dinosaurs.
Well,
Not enough people make cool. I'd like to see more crazy conversions going on.
Yeah. I think that's the key thing, isn't it? I mean, it's all right just repainting a toy dinosaur up, but what are you playing with down there? But the main thing is to try and see what people come up with, kind of craziness type things. Don't touch anything. It took us ages to get this working.
I had to jump on the trampoline.
So people have been suggesting for the giant dinosaur that I picked up from the charity shop. I mean, look at that beast.
Absolute beast.
It is. I mean, look at the stupid, dumb expression.
Mine are, in comparison,
Oh, it's pathetic. I've got them.
midgets.
Yeah, I've got them. Look at that. Not even a comparison. But yeah, I mean, obviously people are suggesting weapons coming out of his mouth.
I think it would look cool if he had, if he was breathing fire or something, and had clump foliage.
Yeah, like sort of the death ray type thing.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I mean, the problem with most of these things is because they're just cheap toys, you get a bit of a seam. And he's got sort of weird square pattern all over him, but oh well, you haven't got really too much, have you?
A seam on this one, which is why I was going to make it into a ridden one. I mean, not that people can really see; it's so dark. It's got a seam down the middle.
I can't see on there.
I was going to get him being ridden. The plan was to sculpt this guy riding him today. Maybe do that prize.
Yeah, epic.
I don't know if I'm
riders would be cool. I think that's not something you see every day.
Well, that's one of the reasons I stuck the rules in. Also, a lot of the rules I added to it, you can use in all sorts of things. There's points there if you need to use them. At least I think I've got points in there.
Well, that's it. I'm sure it'll work. I mean, we'll test them out as usual when when I got some of these paints. It's generally me who paints everything up.
Yeah,
What's the working?
it should be good. I really want to see Brachiosaurus with Howdor. I think that'll be awesome.
Yeah. Why not? I mean, why not? You know, you can, can't you? The Wasteman. Oh dear. You're reading. Let's have a look in the chat. We've got Johnny Fransden. Hello, Johnny Fransden. A bit like Dinobots, yeah, and Zoids. Remember Zoids?
Awesome.
Jason. Adam Rogers. Never enough dinos. Fire out of his eyes and lightning bolts out of his arse.
Nikolai has a massive Brachiosaurus. I bet you do.
Oh, I'm sure he has. I mean, it's a bit of a personal thing.
TMI, dude.
Yes. Riding platforms, so the weapons at the top, passengers at the sides. Yeah, I suppose you could do. Also,
what's the
Nikolai's
Void had some awesome. Well, you can still get them on Scotia Grendel. There are some dinosaurs like that. They're a little small for Wasteman, but if you don't use the figures from them and just use the dinos with the robot bits,
yeah.
I've got one here actually. I don't know where the tank bit went. But the body is like. I'll find a figure.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that's got like a whole tank on the back, so it's tiny in comparison.
Yeah, maybe. So yeah, I mean, until I've got some conversions up and running, I won't. What's that? What is that noise? What's happened there?
How about now?
That's better. Wow.
My microphone fell off.
Yeah, well,
landed next to my PC.
Yeah, I gathered there was something wrong because it sounded like we were in radioactive wasteland.
Mm.
Yeah, so I was saying, until I've got some dinosaurs converted and painted up.
Daddy, could you please get the lighter over?
Where?
Because it's quite dark under there.
Yeah, I've got to wait until. Watch your head. When my wife comes back, then we'll be child free.
Mm.
So yeah, when they're all painted up and converted, we'll have a bit of a play test with the and get a batter up going.
Nice, yeah, definitely.
Well, yeah.
I got Tamia do. I think it was Tamia do a set of Velociraptors.
All right, okay.
And I've been getting some of them and converting them up. It's going to be really dark, but I'll. Yeah, this one's probably my favourite.
The Velociraptors, eh?
I'll get a torch on it.
Mm.
Is that helping?
No,
probably not.
Yeah, I can get the size of it. Yeah, yeah.
Two-headed.
Oh, that's cool. 2 heads are better than 1.
Yeah.
This is 2 heads.
Has it?
Yeah.
That's got a bone head.
Why?
That's pretty cool, man.
It's a
And then I've got
It is a bone dinosaur.
also made a robot one. You're not going to be able to see. But I used one of the arms from the Eliminator.
Oh, yeah, yeah. For a robot head.
Yeah.
I think cyborg dinosaurs are definitely some cyborg dinosaurs for me, I think.
Well, I might have to put when I actually finally get around to doing the actual Cyborg range. I'm gonna have to put some dinosaurs in there.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, I'm thinking I might expand it so there's some like post-war cyborgs from all sorts of different mutants and races.
All sorts of what? Sorry.
All sorts of different mutants and races and stuff.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah.
I really want to do some infiltration units where they're like they're dressed up as gnarly pilgrims.
Yeah.
But, like, and they think they're doing a great job of disguising themselves, but it just looks terrible.
Yeah.
Absolutely terrible. I got a picture. In fact, there's one on the Liberty Land cover. I snuck one in.
Have you?
Yeah.
Go on here.
Yeah. Let me find the picture on here and screen share it.
Oh yeah, yes. Bottom next to the whale.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's Habit on.
Illustrations.
I like Cyborgs.
Yeah, they're one of my favourites.
You can't spook them.
I still can't believe I've only done like. Here we go. There we go. This one. He's on the front cover.
Awesome. Yeah, I like them. Yeah, we need more of that.
That's all I've got for them. But
you best get your skates on.
yeah. Well, I've got other stuff to do first. Oh, I'm really bright now. Nice. But yeah.
I've got to go back to my favourite house.
GW Bastillodon as a dino tank. Yes, that would work. Good size, tail like a hammer. Infiltrator Cyborgs, it is gold.
The background, right? I giggled to myself while I was making this up. The Cyborgs and the gnarly council have had like an uneasy peace for a few hundred years in the Beneathiverse, because the Cyborgs and they have a massive war for centuries because time travels differently under there.
Obviously, makes sense.
Oh, it's a pocket dimension, man. That's how it works.
It's science.
Yeah, it's science. So, despite this uneasy peace, the Cyborgs made these infiltration units to infiltrate all the gnarly council, right? So these guys, they send these guys in to join their gnarly brethren, and obviously, you see a robot with a person's face stuck on the front, you're gonna be like, yeah, clearly not. You're not really a brother, but they just tolerate it because they think it's funny. And they just. I
was just gonna ask the question. So how does that go? How does that work?
Yeah, they just think it's funny, and they give them all the really shit jobs.
I see. So it's just tolerated.
The Cyborgs think it's working perfectly
because they're a minority. They get away with it.
Yeah, they're in on the jobs, on the jokes. So
yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
until they start blasting you.
Well, I mean, that's the point, right? They're infiltration units. They don't blast you until the last minute. At that point, you know, they know exactly who they are. They know exactly when that sort of thing's likely to happen. It's not quite as infiltratey as they would expect.
No, they are. Yeah, they're pretty cool. You should make them next.
I mean, I'd like to. I've got to get Gorgasm stuff sorted first.
Yeah, that's true.
And I have been sculpting those mushrooms. And I really need to finish various other things. I'm still working on stuff for the Mega Beauty Works. Just so behind on everything at the moment.
Yeah, just lazy oik.
I've just been super busy.
There's lots of chat, mate. There's lots of people on the chat.
Yeah.
We've got Ken Duquette. And probably butchered his name. Sorry there, Ken. Idea of infiltrator Cyborgs is gold. Nikolai says he's done more Cyborgs than you have, which is true.
It is accurate, yeah.
Scaly's rock. The Dinobots just went. Oh, bollocks, let's go and have some fun up there. A lot of love for the mushrooms. Make room for the mushrooms. Remember that one? Make room for the mushrooms.
I don't.
That is a classic advert.
I don't really watch TV.
This
I mean,
is back in the day, back when there was only TV, Jace. I mean, you're not as old as me, so you won't know.
For the mushrooms.
Yeah, that's a classic.
What's that?
That is a mutant man with a vending machine.
Yeah, I'm just checking out this screen share stuff.
What was that?
Stick for the oranges.
Say again.
Go.
Where's your mum? Go fetch your mum.
Oh,
Oh, it's hard
I'll
work.
go fetch my mum.
She isn't back yet. She's walking. By the way.
Now they're going to you.
We'll be quiet then.
Oh, this is the other thing I need to do more of. Hang on.
Dr. Bar.
Melty Men.
Yeah, multi-men actually were amazingly good when we finally got when I finally chose them and had them in the posse.
Yeah.
Because you have to re-roll every time you hit them. You have to re-roll, don't you?
I can't remember what I gave them to you.
Elemental.
All right.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So you basically re-roll in every hit you hit them.
If you gave them Elemental and what's the other one? Indomitable.
Yes.
That'd be mental.
Which you can do.
Yes.
Obviously.
It would cost a lot.
Yeah, well, obviously we're going to talk about Wasteman. Well, we'll talk about Wasteman Tactics when Mum comes back because it's hard work at the moment.
Yeah.
I want that colour green.
You can't have colour green.
No, the colour green bunnies.
Careful. Come on, dear. Yeah, so if anybody in the chat, how many people have actually played Wasteman? Or how many people are making forces? How many people are looking into playing it?
I mean, obviously we have.
Ken Duckett is gonna pay. You'll pay for murdering my name, Mr. Duckett.
How much?
I don't know. How much is he going to give me? Is he going to pay me in caps? I hope.
Yeah, you have to pay him.
Oh, I've got to pay him. I don't know about that.
What's your PayPal, dude?
It's empty. So yeah, how many people have played Wasteman in the chat? How many people are looking at playing it? How many people are just painting or collecting? How many people back the Kickstarters? Or how many people just buy online? Full information we need to know. Nikolai says, making forces, building, playing the lot. Everything. Good man. That's what we like to hear.
Yeah, Nikolai, well, both of you have played more games than I have, I think.
Oh, that's not difficult.
Hey, Johnny's played it as well. And collects
Awesome.
it, obviously.
Good stuff. So have you, people who have played, Adam Rogers played loads of games. Awesome. So people who have played, my question is, have you stuck to the serving suggestions like I do a lot because I'm lazy, or do you make custom lists? Lan SM played a few games of Wasteman as something I like to play with the guys from work between stuff like 40k. Good fun. Exactly. Spot on. That's why I play it.
Nice.
Adam Rogers addicted to the Wasteman Kickstarters.
Anna's got her headphones on. I don't know if she's going on. Johnny says hello.
Hi!
Anna said hi.
Yes, the cat.
We scared the cat. What did I just knock over? I don't know.
Hang on.
What is sliding down there? Oh,
I'm going to stop it now.
Daddy, you got to build your telly. Tell me something.
I can't do that, kid. There's that. See? I'm very good. You better good there. Oh man. Right, so what else we got on here? First few games, Adam Rogers, first few games used serving suggestions, but after that makes his own. Nikolai, I make costume lists, but have gotten so many official minis, started to use the cards too, but like 7 full posses designed. Customs, it's more fun from Johnny Fransden. That's quite interesting, because I generally just go for the serving suggestions, because we just
See,
have them.
I do a bit of both, but I wrote the cards, so
Yeah. Well, what we did do in the last few bat rats when we had a new. The reason I asked the question is because we had a new player. Because we're always introducing people to the game anyway. The new player, Mark, he likes using whatever miniatures he's got available, and making his own lists and getting about it that way rather than using the official minis and just using the service suggestion. So he sort of made a few sort of power lists based around the certain things he was trying to do. What was interesting was when we played against like my forces, which we just basically picked quite random one time, and one time was just Cyborgs. The game was still fairly even because obviously. Shush. There you go. Where was I? Yeah, the thing that was the problem was, well, I thought would be a problem, wasn't a problem because I've got like a sort of fair spread of points and fair spread of characters, and he got like a super powerful sniper on the last game. So a lot of his points went on a few key characters. And a game before, he had a vehicle with the transport slot, and his leader was in the transport. So he had hard cover. He had quickie. It had 10 inches and 3 meat points. It was a light vehicle flying around. I mean, it gave us a bit of a headache. But ultimately, because he put a lot of points on certain units, his other units were a bit weak and didn't really do a lot in the game. So it sort of pans out a little bit.
yeah, I mean that's kind of my philosophy for making games. I mean, if you're going to have something like crazy powerful, I don't mind people having that. I want it to cost a lot, you know.
Yeah.
So I want it as an option because I'm all about freedom of choice with this game. Really, you want to have. Oh, hang on. I should probably put my phone on silent.
Let's have it where we are. Addicted to Wasteman Kickstarters, Adam Rogers.
Me too.
Yeah, me too. It's my favourite game. Wasteman models with cards they came with, but used custom rules for models from other systems. Perfect. Most people want to use their orcs, etc., in the game, which is what it's designed for. That's awesome.
And yeah, I mean, just to interject, I do that myself. That's one of the reasons I made it like the way it is. I've got a skeleton army I really want to use. I made rules because I wanted to use some dinosaurs in the game. Basically, the whole point is you can use this system to play literally anything if you really want. You could shoehorn anything into it. The only thing that really gives it the Wasteman kind of vibe, the skills, the mad cards are very thematic, right? But if you changed them, if you added skills that were boring and kind of real world, you could play World War II with it. You could do whatever you want. If you swapped out the mad cards for sensible cards, you could play like Persian Wars or whatever. I don't know.
Sensible card.
Yeah, sensible cards. There'd be things like you draw them and it would say
Something boring.
something boring, like +1 magazine subscription. Or, you know.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing, isn't it? Because like I've been talking to you about using. Well, I've just started collecting 10mm tanks, micro armor type stuff.
Yeah.
And making my own. This reminds me of that, that video of that politician. He's on TV, and then the kid was running and the nanny runs in.
Oh yeah.
It's the classic. I'm not quite a politician though. But yeah, I was talking to you about using. Well, I've already started making Wasteman based rule set.
Yeah.
For a sort of an arcade style tank warfare game in 10mm. And it's quite easy, but you know, I'd already talked to you prior. Well, because we talk a lot about how Wasteman came about. So I don't know if you want to talk to them.
We could talk about it if people want to talk about that. It was originally a World War II game that I've been working on. I mean, very early on. This is like going on 8 years ago now, or something like that. I just wanted a way to play with my new 1/72nd scale World War II stuff. And I came up with the action points and stuff, and armor versus power was from then. It was all very basic though. It was, I mean, the stats were pretty similar. I think I sent you a list from back then, and you could probably play Wasteman with it now.
Yeah.
But you know, skills and stuff weren't really there. The mad cards didn't turn up till really late in the game, because it just needed that little extra something when I finally switched over to making my own range and stuff. But yeah, no, originally it was a World War II game called Kriegerschwein.
It's not a very catchy name.
Yeah. Well, I liked it, but yeah.
Why are you coming there?
No,
Right, I'm free. I'm back.
Sorry.
Wow.
Hey.
you got the figures. Someone else.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the chat for a second here.
Just locking the door. Block the door. Block the door. Oh, awesome. Yeah. So, what was it called?
Kriegerschwein.
Yeah,
War pig in German.
Quite a catch on. It's not as rolls off. Doesn't roll off the tongue, does it? Like Wasteman.
Do you want to know how I came up with the Wasteman name?
Go on.
Well, I was working in a shop, a certain well-known hobby shop, and someone came in. Some chavs came in and started berating me, and I was like, "Guys, look, I'm not in the mood. I'm clearly quite busy. Just leave, please." And they're like, "You're a Wasteman. You're a Warhammer Wasteman, innit? You're a Warhammer Wasteman." Yeah, and I was like, ding.
Destiny.
Yeah. Right. And I was like, Wasteman, you say?
Thanks, chavs. It's probably the only thing that contributed to society.
Yeah.
And they didn't
Basically.
even know.
No. Blissfully unaware, listening to their dubstep or whatever.
Yeah.
Chavs
Awesome.
listen to that. I don't know what they listen to nowadays.
Who
It used
cares,
to be like drum and bass, I think.
It's grime, innit?
To dance music and one Slipknot song.
Oh, they still listen to dance music and apparently one Slipknot song. That's
What's
funny.
that not song? Oh, okay.
That's like me.
Oh. Okay. I didn't know
Awesome.
I didn't know this because my family is full of chavs. And they're like way and bleed.
that. Yeah. Wait and Bleed, apparently that's the one acceptable.
Yeah, Wait and Bleed's a good one.
Yeah.
Apparently
Apparently that's the one acceptable song.
Johnny says you should make a pizza man.
Yes, well, I did think about it. I did do a range of pizza-based figures for the action figures for what are they called? Sizzle Pie in the US. I think it's run by a guy who runs a record company. I can't remember what it is, but yeah, they it's kind of like a thrash metal pizza chain. It's awesome. And they do all this weirdo art and stuff, and there were these pizza-based action figures they wanted doing, so I sculpted them, and that was awesome. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to the idea of doing a pizza food.
Sounds like quite a cool bit of terrain as well. We could sort of laser cut a little pizza place in the waste.
I don't know.
It'd be like, hang on, I've got a flashback to Judge Dredd. Hello, cursed earth pizza.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to open the floodgates to let in food in. Mutant food.
Hang on a minute.
Do attack the killer tomatoes.
Yeah, we don't want to put crazy stuff in Wasteman. I mean, you know, just dinosaurs and giant whales with
killer carrots. Oh, I mean, maybe I could do vegetables, couldn't I?
Well, why not? I mean, everything else is mutated. Oh man, that's the best thing about it. That's the best thing
of food. Combinations of food might be a bit pushing it a bit far. Like killer hot dogs.
Yeah.
Now I'm warming to the idea, much like the hot dogs over a stove.
Well, the thing is, there's going to come a point where you're like, where does it go now? Where do we take the wastes? And the waste fans want food, mate. They want food. They're begging for it.
Yes, well,
Pizza the Hut.
Well, mushrooms. A step further.
Mushrooms is an edible.
Disgusting mushrooms. Whoever eats them.
So what does a gribbly wibbling do? Anything particular? Just wibbles. Just wibbles.
What do you mean, rules wise, or do you mean in general,
no,
like, as a species?
Is there any fluff? I mean, because you know,
they eat junk. They feed on junk. So
if it was a fast food place, I imagine they'd be all around that.
They'd eat the place. They wouldn't eat the food. They have a habit of going for generators. So there's people who guard the generators in town on constant wibbling watch.
I mean, that's just, I've got to have a load of wibbly wibblings. I've got to get them just so we can have a scenario based around wibbly watch.
Yes, well, I mean, they'll be back in eventually. Everything's kind of held back a couple of months at the moment because I'm behind on stuff. But it's just because I ended up doing so much for Mega Multiverse. I'm still working on Liberty Land, which has ended up being this titanic, like 70-page document.
Awesome.
And obviously, it's just me, so writing all that and doing all the sculpts. I ended up sculpting like 3 times as many figures as I started with. So yeah, I'm just a bit behind, but you know, eventually.
While we're on that topic, do you want to have a chat about Liberty Land and the campaign?
Yes, let's do it. So the campaign system, it's exciting stuff. I will give you a little gander if I can find it. That's what I've been working on. Now this is obviously a super early version. I'm still piecing stuff together on this document, so not everything's going to be on there. I think I've got about half of it on there, but and there'll be a couple blank squares where I need to put in some fluff and stuff. Okay, so we've got the campaign system using the campaign map.
Okay.
Landmarks. Key nomads. Now the way I've got it working, basically you start off. You have you start off with one posse each. You fight a bunch of fights over certain landmarks on the map. There are a few extra things on building your posse, like choosing alignment. Can I zoom in? No. So you choose your alignment, and that affects stuff later on. There are random encounters in it.
So just touch more on alignment for me then. What does that?
Yeah, okay.
What does that do? Again?
Different. What are they called? Different landmarks and territories will have different benefits depending on your alignment. And when you capture stuff, you can spend the amount of depending on how. Let me try again. Okay, so when you play games, you get loot points, and you once you've collected enough, you can spend those loot points on what did I call them? Assets. Now your assets is things like mercs, can be boring things, like, well, not boring, but mundane, everyday stuff like caravans, not like the caravan you go on holiday, like a mutant caravan. You get like various. There's like 40 on the list, and my mind's got completely blank. But basically, depending on your alignment, will depend on what you can and can't use on that list. So, for example, someone who's instinctive psychotic, they're basically monsters. They're not capable of rational thought. They're not going to be able to own a coffee shop, for example.
Yeah.
So, which doesn't sound too bad, but like having an irregular Joe's, you could get +1 AP for everyone on your force for the first turn.
Wow.
Which is pretty cool. It's just little effects like that. Mercs you can buy, like traveling weird men and stuff. There's various things really. There's like 40, and I haven't written them all yet, so I've not got all the rules for them, but there's a long list of things in various things. You've got random encounters as well.
Yeah.
So the way it works on the map, you fight over territories. Now, if there's a territory that no one wants to claim, and you fight, and they say, "Nah, just I don't want that one," or whatever. Or if no one's about, you can play a random encounter with someone who's either not in the campaign, or so if it's just like a random pickup game at a club or something, or someone who's part of the campaign but wants a bit of a change, and you use this random encounter generator to figure out a scenario and what's going to be attacking them. So you take your force, your syndicate, and your enemy goes, "Oh, okay." So you get a D10. I haven't got one here. Let's say you rolled a 7. You are enticed by the possessions of, and then you roll a 3, critters. Okay, so they might have some like tasty eggs that you want to catch or something. And you basically make a scenario based on that. You okay, darling?
I decided it'd be a good idea to watch a video on navel stones. And
Oh, that sounds horrible. Okay. Anna's watching gross videos.
oh,
Oh my.
Right. So I think
Are you sure that's what's going
it's
on?
horrible. I'm sorry.
Anna is truly mortified by what's going on in the background. She's something about navel stones. I suggest avoiding it. So random encounter should be really fun. Yeah, Ken. It's kind of the plan. Basically, it's more kind of a couple of RPG elements in the kind of not so much hand holding on how the scenario works, but it suggests a scenario that would work, and it suggests what that sort of scenario could be doing, the kind of thing.
Oh, what a little thing.
Okay.
Get everyone not watching.
So yeah, it suggests basically a scenario, which I thought it'd be fun. You got the post game. Now this is quite cool. Basically, you get kudos points for doing cool stuff during the game.
Oh,
And then instead of having skill, leveling up your skills and stuff like you do in a normal campaign, and having injuries and stuff, that's the other thing I didn't want to do. I really didn't want people to have their boss die in the first game, because that happens to me every time I play Gorka Morka. The boss dies and then you just can't carry on, right?
Right.
That doesn't happen in Wasteman.
Mm-hmm.
There is no permadeath. Your figures don't get worse; they only get better.
Yeah.
So, if you're not doing very well, they'll get better slowly.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, kudos points are the way they get better.
Yeah. Individual
figures, the assets are for the posse as a whole, but these ones, you get kudos points for. Let me share the screen again. 5 kudos points if the enemy is killed. If you've killed an enemy figure outright, so if you kill someone, you get 5 kudos points. If you kill, I mean, these are subject to change. If I've still not quite finished the book, so. But yeah, basically you get kudos points for cool stuff like killing guys, blowing up tanks, taking objectives. Surviving the entire game with 0 injuries gets you points. I didn't want it to be too much because please just don't hide your figure right at the back just to get kudos points.
Yeah.
Causing a serious injury gets you kudos points. Surviving an attack of power 10 and not dying gets you kudos points. And being revived gets you kudos points as well. And then once you've basically got 50 points, you can spend them on one of these 4 tables. You've got mutations, robotics, equipment, and fortunes. And they're all D10 tables, so you've got 40 things to choose from, really. Now, I mean, technically you're meant to roll on the chart. I'm sure some people would be more happy to just select. But the idea is you pick a table and you spend your 50 kudos points and you roll onto the table. They're all pretty cool stuff. So say you want to go for equipment, you could get a caffeine stash for +1 action point. Or a rebreather, which gives you the it makes you immune to the negative effects of rad and water. All pretty random. On the fortunes is quite interesting as well. You've got Charmer once per game. Forgo an activation to activate an enemy within 1 inch, which could be fun. There's all sorts of things you can do. Oh, some blank pages. So yeah, those are some of the cool bits about Liberty Land. I mean, I've got more skills and stuff. Those 4 blank pages are for the assets that I'm still working on. I normally work on stuff on. Was I showing people the actual thing, or was I just showing you it?
No, you're showing everybody, I think. Your screen sharing.
Let me just. Hang on.
Because if that's why I was, if I'm quiet, you should have your screen, because you're not.
I think it.
If you click on TCTV in the bottom of your screen.
Oh yeah, no, it is. Okay.
Yeah, that'll make you the main one.
Okay, yeah.
Otherwise,
I was checking because there was a thing that said present to everyone, and I'm like, well, that's what I was doing.
Oh, yeah, we were seeing the tables. There you go.
Thank you.
We saw. They've seen everything.
Yes.
Right, so let's go through some of the chat. We've got Mr. Throatsaw has joined us. Hello, Mr. Throatsaw. Oh. He's obviously my compadre in the Wasteman bat reps, and awesome fun to play with. My favorite Wasteman. He says, "Can't wait to see the Liberty Land Ghost Train Funhouse." Ken Duvet. I'm gonna change his name every time now because I've got get money from it. It says that random encounters sound really fun. Tasty eggs, they do. Eggs with a tasty mad card center. Dear me. Throat
That would be
sauce
cool,
says,
actually.
chocolate ones. Anna just drew a malfunction mad card and realised that her enemy has no robots. Ooh, the subject come up quite a few times. That one.
You see, I use robots every game, so I don't know why people are having such an issue.
How do you know you don't play?
But yeah, every game I have played.
Let's
in the last
put it to the
3
waste
years.
fans. Let's put it to the waste fans. This is my side of it, and Mr. Throatsaw. What we were saying is if you've got a posse that's got a mixture of flesh bags and robots, you're twice as likely to get affected by Aldrich Madness and Malfunction. Whereas if you've got a full posse of robots, obviously you've halved it. You've got a full posse with no robots, you've halved that 3 mad cards there that aren't going to affect you. So basically what we were saying is I would never have a mixed posse. I always have full flesh bags or full robots if I wanted to.
See, let me just pause you there.
Go on. I stopped. You haven't got to pause me.
Well, okay. Have you tried playing with more than one posse?
Like me have more than one posse?
Yeah.
No.
Because this came up the other day. Ben was talking about this. When you're building a syndicate, you can build it from more than one posse. So you can have, say, 3 super mutants. You said super mutants there. Muty brutes, 3 muty brutes, and like 5 snails. I don't know. Trying to think of other things. Cyborgs. And have them part of the same syndicate, but you've got 2 posses there, so you'll have 2 bosses. A lot of people, I just figured, I don't know if people cottoned on to the fact that you can have multiple posses in your army as such, your syndicate.
Well, no, you could have as many characters as you want, but you're just going to get 5 activations per posse, aren't you?
No, for the whole syndicate, you're going to get 5 activations. So you could have. It's not so much about the numbers; it's more you could have, say, a posse. If you bought 3 posse packs, for example, and you were playing 1,000 caps game, and altogether they came to under 1,000 caps, you could have all 3 bosses as bosses, and have each posse benefit from their own mob rule, and they would be. And that would be one syndicate. That would be one army. I think a couple of people didn't realise you could do that as well.
The thing we have to look out for, and what we noticed when we first started playing multiplayer was, it's just because our club time runs from about 7 till about 11. Oh yeah. So we're always against the clock. So when we were running multiplayer, we were only getting about 2 or 3 turns in. There's about 6 people playing. Obviously, it works. It all works. It's just that you need more time. And there's a lot of downtime for people waiting for us because we do the draw caps out of the bag type thing rather than
that's
which works as well. It's either or really.
I think I was talking to Nikolai the other day, and he thought that was how the game was actually like written, which I thought was interesting.
No, it doesn't make much difference. I mean, we like it random.
No, totally.
You can't guarantee.
Cool idea.
Yeah, it works. I mean, you've got from Barry to Wilder Tucker was the one who came up with that one. But just like obviously, if you play bolt action, you know about that anyway. But like the cool thing about it is you've got 5 caps in the bag, and if you get like we did the other day, we had 4 caps of one person come out in one after the other. But the thing is, the other guy knows that, okay, he hasn't gone 4, but he knows that pretty much he's going to get the next few activations. Because of that, you can plan ahead more in a way. Yeah. Only on that instance, if you know, you don't get a cap out, but you know that the chances of you coming out and getting your next cap.
Yeah.
So that's what's quite cool about the system.
It's interesting.
Definitely. either or. It works, and it works either way. We've done it both. We've done it you go, I go, and we've done it with the caps. And it makes no difference. It's just personal preference, isn't it? Really. So, but yeah, that's the reason why we only just use five cap activation and just probably about 500 points for our games. And also we're filming as well, which takes time, and we're messing around, drinking lots of Coke if your throat's sore. Is another thing that it does a lot of. Getting hypo and doing acting and stuff. So the fun element is probably 80% of the whole game, really. So,
Yeah.
which, the other day we were playing a new game we were introduced to called Congo, and we'd played about 2 or 3 games of Wasteman in succession before that one.
Yeah.
And it was a bit like it almost felt like I was in rehab, like I needed some ketamine or something. It's like I'm sitting there and you've got rules and you've got figures and you've got cards and dice, but it just didn't do it for me. I was like, no mad cards. And then I just kept thinking, if this was Wasteman, I'd be doing this. If this was Wasteman, I'd be doing that. You know what I mean? So it's not good. Well, it says good, but not good in a way.
No, totally understandable. Oh, I was kind of hoping people would naturally just play this for everything. And I certainly do, especially after adding the Knights of Nar stuff, and now the dinosaurs and the vehicles. You can pretty much play anything with it, sci-fi, fantasy, and that was kind of intended, because I don't like learning more than one thing, but I do like painting more than one thing.
I'm the same. I think. And again, going back to the new player that we introduced, Mark, who's got a different outlook on gaming. For example, he'll play with unpainted minis because he hasn't got time, and he's got lots of minis, but they're unpainted, and he'll play them. Whereas I'll have to paint them before I even feel them in the first place, because it's like a visual thing for me. And he likes custom stuff, and I was not bothered. But he's got a different approach to it all, and he likes playing different games all the time and trying new things out all the time. For me, I don't really like learning the rules for a game. My brain isn't geared up for learning rules. So yeah, I think
I quite often just stare at a thing and
I read through it, and I'm like, it's not going in. Yeah. I think the most tactical thing I play is or did play was Drop Zone Commander. Drop Zone Commander's it's one of the games that'll give me a headache. Hello.
Anna's here.
So yeah, if one rule system will fit in most of the things, then I'm all for it. I'm all over it like stink on a skunk.
Yeah. 2 seconds, please.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's okay now.
Yeah. I'll go through the chat.
Yeah, go for it.
We've got Super Mutants. Is that a lawsuit I hear? Irish bandits and malfunction have a bystander model so that Mr. Shopkeeper or Broken Robot suddenly join in. Throat saw, draw caps from a bag, it's the way to go. 6 cans of Coke is tactical. Congo is not Wasteman. This is true. And Nikolai was resting his eyes and he missed.
I can't hear what Steve's saying on that.
Yeah, she'll have to come back on.
Okay. Hey. She's listening. And you stop talking.
If I talk, people can just see me.
Really? Is that how it works?
Well, unless you click on the box at the bottom where it says TCTV, it'll keep the screen for viewers on you.
Didn't realise that.
Otherwise, I think the viewers will be able to verify this, but it's whoever's speaking at the time will come up on the screen, which is why I was quiet when you were showing the stats.
Ah.
Oh.
Sorry, Anna was getting quite bored sitting over there watching our horrific videos. So
They were taking big things out of people's belly buttons. Sorry. That's not Wasteman. I'll be quiet.
it's pretty Wasteman. If they came alive afterwards.
It could be Wasteman, yeah. I mean, some kind of fluff monster.
Right. It was horrible.
Some kind of fluff monster before. But there was lots of love for the food on the chat.
The food. Did you hear that? We're talking about. I don't know how I feel about it, but food as mutant food as a faction.
Like Monster Pizza.
Yeah, like Monster Pizza.
Well, we got some suggestions.
Like a really tentacled baked potato.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, you know when you've left a potato too long and it grows tentacles.
It's my little stepson.
Anna's off to draw a tentacle baked potato.
Exactly. Pineapple Man, Crazy Carrot, and Bob the Burger from Johnny Fransden.
Tentacle baked potato.
So, Mr. Ken Duckwit, he's back again. He says, we all saw it. We got that one. Ugly Betty has a fluff monster. I'm sure she does.
Is that food, though?
I don't know if Ugly Betty's... She is food.
Oh, out of her belly button, maybe.
Yeah. Ugly Betty is food, isn't she? She's luscious. So, everybody in the chat, is there anything that you want to ask Mr. Wasteman and Mrs. Wasteman while they're here in front of you? Behold. Do it now, or forever hold your tongue.
Do it now.
Do it. Before we move on to probably, what are we moving on to? Something like Gorgasm Arena?
Yes, definitely want to talk about that. Once Anna showed off her baked potato once or other.
Hey, whoa.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
We're past the watershed, we'll be okay.
I might go back over there.
I'm looking forward to seeing baked potato. I mean, you know.
A drawing.
That's what I mean.
Nicola has asked how the wedding was.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
It was great.
Worked out fine.
Really nice. We had a small one with only about 13 people, maybe less than that. A couple of people didn't turn up.
Altogether, it was 18 people.
Oh, is that
including us?
So, yeah, we had 16 guests.
Just enough.
But only about 8 people in the actual ceremony.
8 in the actual ceremony.
Yeah, it was lovely.
All
Thank
you
you
need.
for asking.
All you need.
Yeah. Getting more than that would have been stressful.
Well, we had there was me and Sean, and then just the people who were just there who she was working with at the time because they were there. That was it.
Oh, nice.
It was awesome. Best way of being it, just spontaneous.
I mean, we planned ours.
We didn't do any of that. So let's move on. Then let's have a quick look in the chat, and then we shall move on. We got. Can we have a tournament, please, Mr. Throatsaw? What do you mean by that, Mr. Throatsaw?
Well, kind of like a Wasteman tournament. It sounds very. So this is the. Have one slight issue with tournaments, and it's that they're competitive by nature.
Yes.
Which is so.
No.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
They sneaked it in. They sneaked it in.
Why wasn't I informed?
They snuck it in.
No one told me. I'm out.
That's what we said.
Yeah. Right. It's very competitive, and that's not really what Wasteman's about. So
No, that's right.
Like, I mean, if you want to assert your dominance like that, maybe Wasteman's not the kind of game you enjoy. I don't know.
Now, what we were thinking, and we still haven't found the right time to do it or venue. We're still working on it. We were thinking of a tournament in the sense that people know what it is, but it wouldn't be anything like a tournament. It would be obviously be Wasteman, so you wouldn't be scoring any kind of points for, you know, obviously you're going to win prizes at the end, but you're not going to score any points from winning. You know, like winning, like a beardy winner.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're a bearded gamer and you made a gaming list and you turn up with your power list, instantly you're going to lose points for that.
Many moons ago, when I worked at GW, as a beardling back in the day,
I hope you've got pictures of that.
a spring chicken somewhere. I don't know where. Possibly on Facebook.
You've got to find them. You've got to find them. You in the Games Workshop, beardy.
Now, we're talking nearly 10 years ago now.
Awesome.
Right, yeah. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, I used to run tournaments there. But you got kudos points. And they would add to your score.
Yeah.
And one of them was you got a point per biscuit you gave me.
Well, I mean, that sounds perfectly rational to me.
I know, right? They made me take it out for the second one because the guy who won had bought me a packet of biscuits.
Well, wouldn't you? I mean, I would have bought you a whole box of rich tea.
It was a scheme. It was a scheme, and it worked. I got a lot of biscuits that day.
Oh man, yeah. When we, myself and Throatsaw have been talking about if we can get off the gate moving, some kind of almost like a Wasteman meetup rather than a tournament. But you're playing games, but primarily based around fun, about scoring sort of some kind of points for the fun things that you do rather than the sort of tactical gamey things that you do.
Oh, totally, yeah. Like
scenario-based missions and things like that, and just have fun, have a drink, and chill out.
I mean, I'd be up for that.
That's the thing.
I'd like to see. I mean, providing people can get their heads around the new campaign system, which is it's only the actual rules. You've already seen them. The actual main campaign is pretty straightforward. But I'd like to see that as like a weekend thing, maybe a long weekend.
That'd be perfect. Yeah,
that'd be really cool.
Yeah, where you sort of, I mean, you could even split people up into teams and have like basically 2 whole teams. You know, people working together and trying to score points as a whole type of thing. You can work. The beauty about Wasteman is, from what we've seen anyway, is it's pretty much limited by imagination, really.
Yeah, totally. That's by design. And let me just quickly answer a question in chat. Nikolai, remember that painted crew competition you mentioned a ways back, Jason? What's up with that? Do you mean the painting competition I was planning around Christmas? I'm guessing that's what you mean.
Or is it winning a painted thing from you?
It could be that, but someone already won that.
Okay.
Or was it the Patreon giveaway I did for the painted stuff I did? I think this lags a bit, so but, yeah, I think that's for the first one, right? The painting competition.
Yeah, I think that's you're saying the first one, yeah.
Okay. Well,
Nikolai, specify which one did you to?
Well, I don't think he'd heard the second one yet.
Oh, okay.
When I'd said it, but there's a bit of a lag. Paint a Wasteman posse thing. Okay, what? I'm guessing painting competition, right? I was thinking about it, and I thought about it. I got the trophy and everything, and then I thought, once again, it's kind of competitive, and I don't want people judging each other's work.
Oh, come on, man! Give the people what they want.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, either way, I'd like to get all the Mega Muty Merc stuff out of the way first and sent out, or at least the first batch.
I try and look at on the Rubicon community pages, not just because obviously you've got people who can paint really, really well, like professional level. You've got them, but most people can paint to a certain standard. So it's hard sometimes because sometimes you got to try and you've got to basically look at them on merit. Like the fact that somebody's got a different style of painting. Doesn't mean there's less effort gone into it, or so. It's almost like you could judge it on a sort of similar sort of things what we're talking about tournament, like almost like on a coolness of the whole posse type thing, or you know, the fact that they have got paint on them. You know, they haven't got to be masterpieces, have they? You know, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Anything with paint on gets my vote.
Oh, I mean, I could do a painting competition tomorrow. I guess if people really want one. So I felt I got a bit busy. Really, that's the main thing. I've been doing a lot of commissions recently. Just because the Mega Mutant Mercs went on so long, I just had to pay the rent really. So I've been doing tons of commissions to keep me afloat. But obviously that means everything else has taken a bit longer. You know, people have been really patient, which is great.
Thank
There's
you.
one thing, there's one thing I've noticed about Waste fans is they are the best kind of gamers.
Yeah, and that's by design. You know, I wanted to make a game for people who were like-minded. You know, who kind of got it.
Yep.
And pretty much everyone does universally. It's awesome.
It is. If you're a Waste fan, you're instantly on my friends list. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
That's cool. Is there anything else you want to cover? Let's have a comment in the chat. What's happening? We have he's just bugging you because he 100% did his Cyborgs as his entry. He's already done an entry, dude. You've got to do it now.
I have to. Well, I could just let Nikolai win.
Ooh, I don't know about that. I mean, Ken Duckwet, he says tournaments in card games, we used to call this a Jank League, where you got prizes for absurd moves or creating themed, not competitive decks. Yeah, exactly. Spot on.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Because I mean, there's been plenty of times when we've been playing Wasteman, where, especially me and Throat Soul, because we both get it, is where it's obvious what we should do to sort of progress and go towards winning the game, where we'll just stop and we'll go, but is it Wasteman? And then we'll go, no, I'm going to do this because it's stupid. I'll probably die, but we'll have a laugh doing it.
I do stuff like that all the time.
It's genius. It's brilliant. It's the only game where
I'll see a way I could win a game in like one turn or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, but that's boring. Why would I want to do that?
Yeah,
I want to carry on playing for as long as possible.
Yeah, we were like, for example, with the Fuggly Betty and Crazy Katia that we always do, the pairing. Sometimes we just want to get them into combat just because we can, not because it's going to win us a game or anything.
Totally. I just got to pause it a second because Anna has finished her baked potato monster.
He's got a hammer, an axe.
Oh, and a pizza guy and a lollipop. Stabber.
Foodants. Instead of mutants.
Foodants.
Awesome.
That's really cool. Thanks, Dolly.
Okay. You don't make it.
But the thing is, you've got the half cow, half man escaping the burger flipping oppressors.
Yeah,
you're almost part there, man. You're part there.
Are you suggesting the burger flipping oppressors are burgers who flip them?
Hey, how cool would that be?
They're like they're zombies of the mutants.
Thank you, Nikolai.
You think about it, right? You've got all this raw meat lying around in these restaurants when there's radiation.
Yeah.
You know?
I could make a Burger Man like in the ZZ Top thing. Video. You know the one?
No.
Oh, man.
Just because you've got a beard like them.
You didn't like my potato?
No, I think you're scared by it.
Oh, no night, Nikolai.
Oh, you off to bed, Nikolai? All right.
Man, you're up in 5 hours. You best go.
5 hours.
Oh. No,
Thanks
dude.
for the chat, dude.
Yeah, it's been great to have you here.
Appreciated.
I'll probably talk to you tomorrow, dude. Take it easy.
Vote Source says that Ken has it. Rule of cool. We would happily lose if the next move is funny. Exactly. Spot on. That's why we play it.
The scary potato is gone. I won't show it again. Sorry, I looked in the chat and it's like, oh.
I thought it was
I thought it was cute.
enthralling.
Yeah.
That's the right word for it.
So what else, dude? What else we're talking about?
Gorgasm Arena, because I've
let's
been
do it.
busy working on this. Now, I'm pretty sure most of you have seen the board, but I'm going to show it to you again because I can. I had a chat with someone today, rather exciting, about the board and the box, which have been basically confirmed who's making them. So that's awesome. It's one step closer to being a real thing.
Awesome.
Here we go. There's the board. Now, the other exciting thing is I might be able to make it double-sided. So I might well have to draw up another one. I'm thinking maybe an alternative version with toxic pools instead of things on the side, and maybe grates with sludge coming through. I don't know. Depends what I can draw up, but I think it'd be really cool.
Well, I'm lucky enough to own one of these prototypes, aren't I?
Yeah. Oh, you got you got one of the Chinese prototypes for this board.
It's very cool.
I only got 2 of them made, but I've got the new one should actually be better quality.
Which is which is awesome because I thought the Chinese one was good.
It is good, but I don't like the fact that the image on the front isn't flush to the edge. Something that really bugged me. Plus, once I figured out, I'd rather order stuff locally.
Yeah. You can do it.
In the UK, if you can. And after you factor in customs charges and postage from China, it can get way more expensive. So it was looking, if I used the Chinese stuff that I was planning, it was going to be completely unfeasible. I'd have to charge like 60 quid a set for 4 figures, which as cool as they are, I might struggle a little bit like that. But I've got the price down a fair bit now, so
awesome.
Should be all good. I've been working on the
that's epic. I love that.
Yeah, I've changed the arm a bit. The arm was originally like that.
It looked like he had a mini arm.
But it looks like she's got a mini arm.
Sorry.
Which one?
The perspective is, if you look here.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. It looks like she's got a mini arm. But then I've changed it so that it's...
I'm with you. Yeah.
So it's good now. It actually looks good. So, I should... I've just finished a couple of commissions, or at least I will have by tomorrow. So I should be able to get this painted this week, hopefully.
I can't believe how long you spent on the logo. You changed it about 3 or 4 times, was it?
I just wasn't happy with it, and now
I thought the first one was good. I was like, what?
It was all right, but it just I needed something that looked, legit. Like an actual board game you'd want to buy on the shelf, and I don't think it was quite there. So, but a lot of times I'll, I do it with all sorts of things. I basically have like a sketchbook, but it'll be through the various versions I do on my computer. In the same way I come up with concept stuff. Some of the concepts have gone through multiple versions as well. Even the guy on the floor here. The actual figure of him is going to be different.
Right.
Only slightly. He's going to be a double-headed 8. So it's going to be basically the same, but a gorilla.
Yeah.
The Haram Bros, I think I'm going to call them.
Yeah, there's some really good, cool characters in this game.
Was that done? Okay. Yeah, so I'm really psyched about this.
So this is the sort of the idea behind it is, from what I gather, is a whole game in a box board game type of thing you'll find on your local game store shelf or in a WH Smith's or that kind of thing.
Basically, it's like in between that and a war game.
Yeah.
So the rules They're a little more complicated than regular old regular doodahs.
Doodahs?
What are they called? Regular board games. I don't know. To be honest, most of the board games I play are. Let me just show you this. This is a.
You ain't played Shadow Brimstone. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's a painting for it's probably just going to end up in the rule book, to be honest. But yeah.
Why not?
So the rule book, I think it's what I don't know how many pages it's going to be, but probably like 16 pages or something.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a bit like not all of that's rules, but I'm treating it more like an actual kind of like war game rules, but for arenas, so it works better as a board game, I guess. It's kind of in between the two. The rules, I've done full rules for it. I'm not skimped out on the rules, but individual figures don't have regular stats like you would. So it's easier to be more balanced. So instead of having stat lines that are different for everyone and having loads of skills and stuff, you just have one signature move for each figure, and that's going to be different depending on what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably going to add in a list of generic ones so you can make your own fighters as well. Because it literally would be just like, okay, this is a strong fighter or something, and he gets +1 to this. Yeah. Or this guy's swift. And stuff like that. I mean, the ones in that you can actually buy will be a bit more, even more specialized than that.
Right.
So it'd be like for Connie, the Cosmic Commie. she'll have like hammer time or something.
Yeah.
Awesome. But yeah, it's the playtesting. Some of the guys, Lewis and Darcy over in New Zealand, did a lot of the playtesting for it. Awesome. And they're loving it. So it's gone through quite a few revisions, as everything does when you do playtesting.
Yeah, which you should do, really.
Yeah, definitely. But it's got that little extra depth now, and you've got the crowd cards and the injury cards that really make a difference. Yeah, it's awesome.
Funny.
He said you're horny.
Is that enough laughing?
Yeah. It is awesome.
So yeah, me and Mr. Throatsore need really to get some play testing too. I'll have a go.
Yeah, I'll make sure you've got the up-to-date rules, and you'll definitely have to give it a go, especially as I sent you that board.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and you made your own as well. You got the laser cut ones.
Yeah, and I've got a laser cut one. Yeah.
It's okay.
Awesome. That was a good bit, by the way.
It's a good bit.
Thank you. I made it myself.
We're very creative here.
That was a 10+ injury chart.
Yeah.
Awesome. Anything else we want to chat about?
I need to do the Patreon giveaway, but I didn't remember to sculpt a dinosaur thing. So I might have to do that later in the week and figure something else for it.
Throatsore says he wants a gorgasm. Don't we all?
That can be arranged.
It can. It can.
Yeah, I'm looking at. I need to get the Mega Muti Mercs out of the way. The Radhammer and stuff's in production now. It's at the casters. So I'm going to need to start overlapping my Kickstarters anyway, because I've got so many ideas. And it just makes sense, really. That way there'll be more Wasteman stuff coming out.
Which is always good.
Which is always good. Right? And I think I've proven that I actually send stuff out now. So.
Well, that's it. I mean, everybody appreciates that you're running into problems and you're learning as you go. But ultimately, you're a man of your word.
He does here.
Exactly. That's the difference, I think. I mean, I've got long-standing issues with some guys in China. 5 years I've been waiting, but they don't even talk to me now. You know what I mean? On a Kickstarter.
Oh, was that
yeah.
Yeah, I think I know the one.
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah, some bits.
I got the basic board game and a few resin pieces, but I was $256 in on that one.
Wow.
And they still owe me so much. It's never gonna happen. So I sort of write it off. That's the difference, you see. So, yeah, I can't even remember the name of it now.
Oh, it's called the Hazmat Chat.
Oh. It was meant to say Hazmat Chit Chat, but
Oh yeah, Chat Chat.
This is Hazmat Chat Chat. Oh well.
Chat Chat.
I was frustrated with the thing. Hey, we're backwards.
Yeah.
I just noticed that.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm so round.
Hang on.
Sorry.
So yeah, what was I talking about?
You're talking about Kickstarter overlapping.
Yes. Well, so I'm looking at September for this one. I should be able to get at least the majority of the Mega Mutant stuff done by then and sent out. I've got to sort out some cards.
What was the furniture one called?
Radtown Ruins. That's all in. That's all the casters now. So
awesome.
It should be. I mean, it's still going to be a couple months, but it's getting made. That's the important thing. So everything's on its way. It just taking forever because I've been doing extra stuff.
You got to do what you got to do. You got to pay the bills, mate.
Yep. So yeah, no, it's September for Gorgasm Arena. It's gonna have a box. Gonna have cards. Gonna have 4 figures. I've got. Most of you have probably seen the. I'm flagging now.
Yeah.
These guys. The Melty Man. Can't even see it. Never mind.
We've seen him on Facebook.
Yeah, I've got pictures of him. Melty Man and thing. I'm just working on the next 2 for the set. It's going to have 4 in it. And then it's going to have 4 totems as well. So,
wicked.
Good selection.
Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. So I think we covered everything because the cat's gone quiet now.
There was the Patreon stuff that I wanted to do, but I'll do that during the week. It's sending off a bit late. But yeah, I hope everyone's had a good time.
I've had a good time.
Yeah.
Nathan Wasteman.
Definitely. And we'll no doubt see you soon, guys.
Awesome.
Thank you all and have a good night. Bye.
Bye. See you in the wastelands.